Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to The Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired, episode number 48. Today we are talking about all or nothing mentality, all gas or brakes. I used to proudly proclaim that I was an all gas or brakes kind of gal. I just thought it's just who I am. This is the way that I'm born. This is how I'm wired. And I had this whole story as to why I was just an all or nothing person. When you think about this, I want you to think about a toddler. And when they learn how to use the volume of their voice, they think that they need to scream all the time to get what they want. Like they're learning how to talk and they're just so excited that they feel that we can't hear them if they speak in a lower decimal, right? Like indoor voices, they're like, this is all the time voices, right? Everything deserves an exclamation point when you're a toddler. And all or nothing thinking is basically like punch-drunk toddler, unmanaged mind thinking. And a belief that we are either doing all of something or nothing. Like if you can't give 110%, you just don't do it. Another way that this shows up is I'm either going to follow my eating protocol or, you know what, I'm just going to eat logs of cookie dough. We excuse ourselves when this happens. And what we'll do, which our brains love, is we just say next month, tomorrow, might as well fuck it. Instead of thinking all or nothing, adopt an elevated way of thinking that I'm going to introduce to you in this episode called winning and learning. That whole story, you are an all or nothing person, is a really sneaky way that our brain fucks with us with the best of intentions. They want to keep us out of danger at all times. And not changing anything, procrastinating the day away and getting nothing done, pretty fucking safe. Another reason why they do this is because there's no exposure and rejection. No failure, which equals survivor in their mind. So how does all or nothing mentality come into play here? It means that our brains only have to convince us to step one small foot out of line, and then we will jump on to there's no point already. Everything's ruined. Like we just step back into the struggle story. I've had clients tell me their day was already ruined at 6 a.m. because in their minds, they're believing their brain that the morning didn't go how and what I planned. And if it doesn't go how I planned, then I'm fucked. It's totally not true. Here is how this loop plays out. Because if you don't think you're an all or nothing thinker, I'm telling you, here are some ways that it's showing up. Like you said you were going to wake up at 5 a.m., but then the alarm goes off, you hit snooze, and then you're just like, day's already ruined. Let's start tomorrow. You don't rearrange anything else. You just blow off what you were going to do early in the morning. You just decide to scrap entire weekly workout plan, already ruined. You're going to start again next week. When we do those kinds of decisions, when we blow something off, when we procrastinate, guess what we get? A hit of dopamine, which our brain loves. All of our brains are dope fiends, literally, dope fiends for dopamine. All our brain has to do is convince us that one tiny decision has cost us everything. And then we reward that behavior by stopping. We reward the procrastination. We reward a month of drive-through meals while feeling bad and looking at all the genes that we wish that we could fit into. We are literally rewarding the exact behavior that we want to stop. If your brain is telling you you are only one decision away from everything going to shit, I implore you to be like, no, I am one decision away from putting things back on track. When we walk around with an all or nothing mindset, black and white thinking, We create a space where all our brains need to do is to convince us that like it's so easy to stop and have everything fall apart. I have a lot of compassion here because I used to be an all or nothing person, just like most of my one-on-one coaching clients. When we start working together, they think that all or nothing thinking is super useful and that it's going to help them achieve their goals. Like if we can just do it all, then we'll get the results quicker. But truth booth time, we are setting ourselves up for failure because we never actually do it perfectly all the time. Life is unpredictable. It doesn't matter how much you try and control it. Like today, Chandler is home with me. I took him to the vet. I didn't have him go to daycare on Saturday and Sunday so that on Monday the scab would be healed. And I went away to take out the recycling, and sure enough, he used that time to go and scratch off the scab so it looks like the Red Death in a part of my house. If you don't allow yourself to accept that you are a human being and not a robot, even if we try and do it all, you're going to end up burning out and you're going to get to that point where you step out anyway. Like you are forced to because you've been pushing yourself so hard. Like on our way to creating any change or any goal, we are going to fuck something up. When we are in all or nothing mentality, we make those, I'm using air quotes here, fails mean that there's no point in trying. We should quit. We'll never be able to accomplish anything. Stay small, stay in the struggle story, don't grow. Go back to Netflix couch, cookies, scrolling, video games, numbing ourselves out. We lose days, we lose goals, we lose dreams, all to this all or nothing thinking. The binary, like 1 or 0, it is completely limiting. It also stops you from learning about why we hit the snooze button, why we ate that cookie, why we didn't honor our schedule, why we didn't do what we said we're going to do. Like if you want to live a limited life, if you want to stay stuck, be an all or nothing person. If you want to do things the hardest way possible, guess what? All or nothing thinking is going to serve you very well. If you want to be stressed, if you always want to be overwhelmed, if you want to take 10 years off your life, please keep up this thinking. I don't want anyone to do that. I know that you can hear my sense of humor. That is what I seriously want to tell some of my friends sometimes. But I don't do that because I only coach people who pay me to do it. If you want to invest in coaching, by the way, there's a link in the show notes and also information at the end of this podcast episode on how you can make that happen to see if it's a fit. Remember, because we don't buy coaching off the rack. It is custom couture coaching here. I'm playful today. Okay. We love our brains. Let's not make our brains the villain here. We never want to villainize anything that's a part of us. Our brains love to exaggerate, loves to conserve energy. It loves to stay in the comfort zone, and it responds really well to the shallow and superficial decision making. If we mess something up, then we quit. This elevated thinking, I'm inviting all of you into, like evaluating and looking into, why did this happen? Like, let's get playfully curious about understanding, even if the result is not at all what they wanted. Nothing is a wash and nothing is a waste. All or nothing mentality, it really doesn't add any value. When we do this extreme decision making, it leads to rebellion. And it's why you know what to do, but you just don't do it. If you've never woken up before 7 a.m., don't expect to set an alarm and get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, you're going to be miserable. You don't need to do that. It doesn't need to be miserable. You can make lasting change and enjoy most of the process. Also, what is the rush? This all or nothing thinking played out, where it comes from is a place of fear. It comes from a place of fear and of scarcity, which leads to this rush. Like whenever we are rushing, it is coming from a place where we don't trust ourselves. And we also don't believe that we can actually create the change. Because if you really believed in yourself, like if you believed that the result was inevitable, if you truly believed that you could lose 10 pounds and keep it off forever, forever, which by the way is something that happens if you coach with me, would you need to go on an extreme like fad diet this week and not have any joy meals? No. Instead of this all or nothing mindset, we want to lean into winning and learning mindset. Winning and learning, that is the focus. That is the successful strategy to create anything that you want. It means that we are always exactly where we need to be and that we are always adding value to ourselves and to our lives. We're never wasting any time. We are never losing, really, because winning or learning is a win-win. And that's what's amazing is all of my one-on-one coaching clients is you see the same obstacles show up in different areas of your lives. The obstacle that is preventing you from creating your relationship goals, that same underlying subconscious, cellular, spiritual, emotional thing, the deep stuff that I work with you on as your life coach, like that is also going to show up in your health goals. It's also going to show up in your career goals. It's also going to show up in checking the mail and paying your bills. Like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And understanding why is 1,000 times more effective and valuable than just being really good at something. BT-dub. This also helps a lot with imposter syndrome because you are able to understand exactly how you created your success and what worked. You have the evidence when your brain wants to spin out into, oh no, we were just lucky. I'm like, oh no, you are not just lucky. Like you've created this result. And this is how my clients create successful results time and time again. There is no luck. There is no one-offs. There is no flukes. You created it, like everything, like you were in charge of your results and how you got here. Oh, it's just amazing. My clients tell me every week how their lives have changed in unexpected ways. Like they've fallen more in love with their partners, or they have completed work and projects that they have been procrastinating on like for years, and that they are having these astronomical shifts. They're seeing that instead of quitting on themselves and then going back to the beginning, they are building a success framework that is repeatable for everything that they want to achieve in life. It's not about like the end result. When you let go of that attachment and you're like, no, it's about who I am along the way and about like a great way, a question that I ask my clients when I find that they're getting a little attached is I'm like, would you rather be the person who wins $1 million or would you rather be the person who creates $1 million? And they all answer, they want to be the person who creates $1 million because once you know how to create $1 million, you can always create $1 million. If you win $1 million, then you give all your power away. And then, yeah, maybe you play a lot of slots. I don't know. But yeah, so just like think about that when you find that you're getting like really attached. And the all or nothing thinking is another way that like attachment shows up. You're so much more capable than what your brain is telling you. In fact, our brains really want us to believe we're not as capable as we actually are. And it tries really, really hard to do that. All healthy human brains wants us to be all gas or brakes. It delights in you never starting or quitting on the daring things that you want to do. So what is it that you desire? Like, what do you want? I know for sure. We'll bet my life on it, Chandler's life on it, everyone's, all the lives on it. I know for sure that if there is something that you desire and it's in your orbit, you have an inkling of it, too often we think we need to achieve something by ourselves. This was totally me for so long. I wanted to do everything by myself, and I thought that was the way that I would be most successful. And that held me back for years. At the end of the day, what do you actually care about? It's the change that you want to create in your life. Who cares if you received help or not to do it? I can tell you, none of my clients do. They are too busy, in a good way, enjoying their successful lives and just enjoying being in their lives. Doing it yourself is the most expensive and miserable way to do it because it takes you more time and you just have so much more drama. You give in to the failure and you don't know what you don't know. And all that you do know is the way that your brain has operated for the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, however old you are, years. All that leads to is wasted days and weeks and more quits. What we're doing here is you're building a relationship with yourself, with your goals, with your life. If you want to create the life that you truly desire and you want to go faster, go further, and have fuck tons of fun, if you're nodding your head yes, listen closely because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.